Hello. How's it going? So I'm just gonna jump into it. Excuse, I do have like some neighbors. They have kids. They're running around. So if you hear a little noise, that's just the kids running around. But yesterday I spoke briefly on the struggles you can deal with when you are chosen, per se, right? And how it can, really be a struggle to have hope or to be hopeful at times, especially when there's kind of like an expectancy to save face. We have to put on certain boldness in order to face things in life, right? Can't always wear, or we don't always have a safe place to be vulnerable and to say, like, how when people ask you, how you doing? And you be like, I'm okay. And you're just doing that to save face. So when we are feeling hopeless, it's important to still remember that um, instead of like beating ourselves up, there's another space that we can learn about, and that's the safety net of acceptance. Okay, so when we learn to have acceptance for the way that things are in that moment, whether it be our emotions or our environment, how people are, um, acceptance can get you a long way. It can also help you to be, a bit kinder and patient with yourself. As like I said, sometimes when we fall into like when we feel like we aren't doing our best in our goals, and if we feel like we're falling behind in some sense, we have to learn to also give ourselves patience because we may be very quick to give everyone else patience and uh, be mindful of how we are making everyone else feel, but we have to be also mindful of how we're making ourselves feel. And in those moments when you're not feeling too like, I know sometimes you don't feel like sugarcoating, not even with yourself. It's like, this don't feel good. I ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why I'm here, you know? But like I said, the acceptance is a good place of, okay, like, all right, I can accept how I feel in this moment, and I can also accept how change can come, restored faith can come as you continue. When you hold on to acceptance, it helps you get through. So it's like, okay, well, it ain't changed just yet, but I can just accept that and keep pushing. Okay, accept it and keep pushing, keep moving forward, right? To your best ability. And some days that may look like I can get some rest in today, sleep, and I will refresh tomorrow. Sometimes you do give yourself that patience and that rest and that self care, right? Self care and self love. Fresh air also really helps when we, if you can't get outside, open up some windows, just let some air in, get some sunshine on you. Start to do things that really, spark your creativity. Some things that you can find interest in again. And even if you're not necessarily interested in, maybe you got to find some new hobbies at that time. That space of it's like a plateau sometimes we reach, and in that moment we're like, okay, now what? Now what? I could have sworn I did enough work. And you obviously know that the work is never done, as we go on with our lives. But so in some of these moments we reach a plateau, And we're like, okay, now what? And I think if we're very much used to something like kind of always happening, for me specifically, I when I reach a plateau, I really be like, okay, I'm kind of bored. Ain't nothing going on. I got things to do. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really um, entertain like much TV and things like that or social things. But I'm learning again, like, okay, well, what new things do I like to do? Because I used to like to paint and I used to do this and that and the other, but now I'm not sure, like, what do I like? Right? So I'm exploring new options, taking dance class, going to see some horses on the ranch, you know, trying some new things, but things that give me peace. And I am looking for some fun, though, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm thinking about getting some skates. I'm thinking about getting some skates. And you've heard it here first. I'm like, maybe if I learn how to skate, you know, I might enjoy it. I think they really be they really be wild nowadays with the skates. Pretty cool, I think. Really, really, really cool. So I created a few words that as you work towards this acceptance, after you have came into a place of acceptance, that allows you to bridge the gap towards gratitude. So as you learn to accept things, you learn to even be more grateful for some things. Like, okay, yeah, all right, it's not so bad. I'm here, but it's not so bad. I'm in this space, but it's not so bad. I may be in this mindset, but it's not so bad. I know it's not so bad because I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? We know what we're made of. Sometimes I felt for me, I was growing resentful of my strength because I'm like, why am I so resilient? Persevere, persevere, persevere. But why not? Okay, because why stay? I know I'm not. You know, I'm not one to want to stay stuck. I actually enjoy learning. Um, though I'm not always very, how do I say, committed. So I'm learning how to be consistent. I'm very committed to my journey, but consistency I'm learning. But anywho, rant, rant. But I felt the need to speak on this topic because I know I just wrote some notes. I'm trying to stay focused, if y'all can notice. But I know that this can be a frustrating journey, and sometimes you lose hope. And like I said, when that happens, you have to find things to lean on. So you start to find things that you might even find joy in, like simple self care things. Like facials. I enjoy doing facials. You know what I'm saying? Relaxing. Like I said, sometimes I do my own little nails, and I just reminded myself like I gotta go get my nail kit. So I'll probably even show you that one day when I get my nail kit. I'll probably show y'all how I do that. Because this channel, I'm pretty much just exploring. I'm just pretty much like trying to get comfortable being on camera and exploring, the different avenues of what it is, what's life like on the camera. So, yeah, I would say that when you come to a place of gratitude, um, excuse me if I'm speaking too low. If I'm speaking too low, excuse me. But when you come to a place of gratitude after having acceptance, it's kind of like it actually amplifies your gratitude. Cause it's like I accept where I'm at now, but I know I ain't staying here. Okay, I bet you that. I bet you that. Right. And really, for me, sometimes it be like it ain't really all that bad. It just really be like it really is a mental game too. Sometimes, a lot of time, spiritual warfare. Lord, it's a mental game because, like, yeah, you can't feel isolated and attacked or all those other things, but you have patience with yourself, and that helps to when you have that gratitude, it helps to create hope. So these are going all together. It's like a potion, you know what I'm saying? A potion of what we're getting at. Okay. So you got this hope after having gratitude. When you start to appreciate things, it's like, okay, oh, that flower. Like, okay, when I started to put 11:11 on the clock, when I started to buy flowers for myself, I actually realized that I think I love flowers. I think I love them. Maybe if I buy them more often, then I'll have more of an appreciation. But when I see flowers, I'm like really like uh surprised by their like beautifulness and thickness and color. I'm like, okay, I see you, plant. The plants, they really make me happy. Anywho, so it just sparks your creativity. The hope and imagination gives you the drive to then, hold on to faith. When you have imagination and creativity go hand in hand, right? And hope, because you have to have like the hope, the vision to create, which gives you faith. The faith is the bridging of the gap. The faith is the part that you like, look, I don't know. I have had, look, God, I accepted where I'm at. I've been patient with this process. I've been grateful. I've been hopeful. I think I'm going insane because I've been so hopeful. Like for real, okay? And then it's like you'll start to lose some of those things. But you gotta have that bridging of the gap of faith. And the faith is like believing more in God than your own ability, you know? So it's like I don't know how look, I don't know how this money finna come through, but I know there's gonna be a way because I know, look, I did my part. So God's gonna come through. Faith is like that trust. Faith is how much you trust in God, you know? And it's all a practice. It's all a practice, you guys. It's a practice. It's a constant practice. So maybe for some you may practice once a week. For some people, they may want to practice 3 times a week. And when I say practice, I'm saying like uh, take time to practice on your acceptance. Take time to be patient with yourself. To do things that are slow and easy going. Things that make you sit down. Some people might like those coloring books. I don't prefer those for me because they're kind of like too slow. I think I'm getting into reading though. I think I'm gonna want to read more. I really do want to gain that skill. I used to really enjoy reading, so I really want to get it back. 14, 14. So when we have faith and we trust, that okay, I can't do this part, but I'm gonna give it to you. That helps to create the peace. And I said sometimes happiness because we may not always be happy, but we may have peace. You know what I'm saying? And acceptance. Okay. So Be patient and be kind with yourself on your process. Try not to beat yourself down and lift your spirits up. Um, and like I said, I'll probably be back with a nail video. I'll show you how I do my nails, probably. Um, I don't know if that'll be today though, because I have some. I said I gotta get some homework done. I got to get to this homework, man. Yeah, I gotta catch up. Anywho, yeah, I hope that that helps someone. And there was two scriptures I found that I feel relates towards this topic per se. So the first one I see, it says that Deuteronomy Deuteronomy 24, for the Lord your God is He who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you the victory. And Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be in dread of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. He will not leave you or forsake you. This is probably why I should read more pronunciation. But anywho, yeah, those two scriptures just that helps to give you something to lean on for faith and strength. In the times where you feel like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna work out, but I'm gonna give it to God, okay? So, like I said, be patient in your frustration. I know. It gets frustrating. I know. And sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes you just ain't gonna know. He ain't gonna tell you either. So, like saying, figure it out. In that moment, accept it. Maybe that's part of just figuring out. Figuring. You get what I'm saying. That's part of figuring it out, okay? I be talking fast. That's why sometimes I be like, did I say that right? Okay, But you'll get to know me as I get more comfortable on camera. Um, and as you kind of just watch the videos, I guess, depending on how many videos I'll end up making. But yeah, anywho, I'm gonna stop rambling now. I think I got the, message across. The message across. Oh, I do see that another tip today is the Dalai Lama has a book called The Book of Joy. So if you're interested in learning more about, coming from a more spiritual perspective, there's a Dalai Lama, The Book of Joy. So you can just get like little inserts from that. You don't have to always power through the book. But yeah, have a good one. TTYL. Talk to you later.